Hello, this is Clayton with Aeromotive Research and Development Group. We want to thank you for being with us on our presentation for the SynMax Water Cooler Performance Advantage Overview. And this is the continuation from Part 1. This is Part 2 of 2. Here's a very important topic. Water quality. Distilled versus regular tap. Now the reason to use distilled, not tap water, okay, or filtered water. You see, tap or filtered water, no matter how clean it looks or tastes, still has microparticles such as salts, minerals, and contaminants that are invisible to the human eye that fall out of the water between 130 and 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Now distilled water, through evaporation in the condensation laboratory or chemistry process, is 100% clean. So if you can't get technical water, distilled water, then go to the supermarket, buy yourself some distilled water. All right. And furthermore, if you got a problem at the racetrack and they want you to use water at the racetrack, well then just go get yourself some tap water at the local store and give the receipt to the local technical person. Why? Because, as mentioned, the salts that are within regular water come out and then cause tremendous problems of corrosion, rust, and contamination. So the simple choice is this. You either use tap water with a common radiator treatment for rusty problems, or use distilled water with water cooler protection and have performance, repeatability, and consistency. Now, the water cooler concentrate is available in a 16-ounce bottle, and it works with up to 3 gallons of distilled water, creating a 5% FIA legal treat rate. If you don't want to go out and get the distilled water and you want to have the technical grade water with the exact formulation, then use the water cooler premix. It's a racing coolant product, non-antifreeze, easy to use, and it will provide a 5% treat rate with the technical grade distilled water acceptable to all sanctioning bodies in Europe and the United States. Again, if you want to be able to experience cleanliness with an aluminum radiator and steel block, as we have in this 2,000 miles on this radiator, use a water cooler premix and water cooler product. Again, here is the 5,000 miles cleanliness in a high-end Indy racing program. So the conclusion is, have qualified water, which is distilled, 100% pure, with water cooler system treatment, either premix or together, to provide coolant system protection and performance repeatability. Now, another area that's very important to look at is electrolysis and the effects upon components and performance. You see, electrolysis, the definition is when water is able to carry electricity. Well, the bottom line is this. You want to have acidic control. If you do not have acidic control by not having the salts and minerals in there, then when the acidic gets out of control, it's going to carry voltage and an electrical charge. You cannot fix it. You have to replace the entire coolant in the system. Now, electrolysis happens when the fluid becomes acidic. So what we want you to do is just start off with distilled water with a qualified treatment, and electrolysis simply will not happen. All right. Why? Because electrolysis in an acidic environment acts like a battery acid. It will lower the heat transfer. So to prevent the entire situation, start with pure distilled water with no minerals or salts and use a qualified coolant system treatment. The qualified coolant system treatment will help prevent electrolysis because it contains products for acid stabilization, neutral stabilization, and consistent pH balance to prevent the electrical charge process from occurring. So the conclusion is water cooler protection, along with the distilled water, helps prevent electrolysis and the effects upon the components and maintaining consistency for your heat transfer performance. Now, an important area is all-weather maintenance for long-life antifreeze performance and protection. Now, one of the products that's used by the IndyCar engine manufacturer is the Aeromotive coolant. Why? Because it is a product that is bio-based and used in winter conditions, resulting in the testing for the multiple championships, and was part of the components of the entire technical directive with this engine program. Now, the Aeromotive coolant, number 7, extreme duty formulation, has all the performance characteristics of water cooler racing product, but it has the ability for over 50,000 hours of operation, 500,000 miles, contains no ethylene or propylene glycols, it has an anti-bolt to 300 degrees Fahrenheit above, antifreeze to -90, and provides all the other performance characteristics found within the water cooler product. Now, the Aeromotive coolant, although developed in racing with proven durability, is designed for military, marine, commercial, automotive, gasoline or diesel, extreme duty, long life applications. Another important area is simple engine and coolant system performance measurements. Now, please look at our presentation on this to give you the exact details. Basically, you can be able to, in your own way with your own car and your own team, own automobile, you can be able to do your own measurement points of the inlet and outlet on the water, on the thermostat, on the cylinder head, on the block, and you can also do that for the oil cooler as well. Here on the oil cooler, whether it's in the radiator or if it's separate, you can be able to see if the radiator is functioning properly, if it needs to be cleaned out or whatever for the heat exchanger on the oil. Now, what's most important that we have to understand along with the convection process is you need fresh, clean air flowing over the cooling tubes, all right? And for us to be able to have that measurement, because those cooling tubes need to be clean inside and they need to be clean outside. So make sure you got fresh, clean air moving through when you're doing your measurements. So the conclusion is stay updated with your engine, radiator, and your coolant system with performance simple measurements. Now, the product as we're sharing with today is the SynMax water cooler treatment. You see, 1 bottle of concentrate is able to treat up to 3 gallons in your system with distilled pure water. All right, it doesn't contain any glycols. Designed to meet the racing rules of FIA treat rate for 5%, which is also accepted in the World Endurance Championship, Formula One, the Le Mans series in Europe, including in the United States for IndyCar, SCCA, along with NASCAR. All right, ARCA. Why? One of the things that they always say is you have to use the water that's available at the track. What you need to do? I'll tell you right now. You just go to the store that's 1 mile down the road, go buy some distilled water, show it to your tech, pour the water in, pour the treatment in, and they'll see that you bought the water locally, and everybody can buy the water at the same spot. So there you go. That answers that one. Anyway, you want to be able to have a product that will provide thermal system performance repeatability, coolant system efficiency, increase heat transfer and convection capability, increase the performance of the nucleate and film boil. You want to be able to reduce the temperatures in the cylinder head and combustion chamber, control the contamination of the coolant system passages, reduce the foaming and cavitations, and bring to zero as best as possible the alloy gases in the system pressure. You want to be able to have protection from the rust on the steel, corrosion on the aluminum, protection for the electrolysis, pH balance and acidic control, water pump bearings, fluid surface, friction reduction, condition the seals and rubber hoses and all the components within the coolant system. Now, if you don't want to buy the distilled water, well, heck, go out and buy yourself the SynMax water cooler racing coolant product. Okay, it's 1 gallon, direct and simple. Easy to use, guaranteed quality each time. You just pour it and there you go. It's the same high performance 5% FIA treat rate. I say, Clayton, who uses this? Well, as mentioned before, since 2012, the V6 turbo engine manufacturer, under technical directive, uses water cooler product, okay, along with the distilled water. These are engines that have to last for 2,500 miles. 2.2 liter V6, topping out at 12,000 RPMs. All right. It is the only coolant system product allowed to be used by this IndyCar engine manufacturer. And you saw the results with the PWR radiator. At the time was like $9,000 just for the radiator. And in the 5 manufacturer championships, 2012, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So, if you want to have the SynMax water cooler performance advantage, these same championship cooling system results are for you as well. This is Clayton with Aeromotive Research and Development Group, and I want to thank you for the time that we've had together. And as Wayne Lensing stated, racing radiator cleanliness and performance will help you achieve the championship results. Now, we went through quickly many of the areas, and you will find detailed presentations at either SynMax University, aeromotiveresearch.com, or YouTube, etc. So, on behalf of Wayne Lensing, Danny Lensing, Performance Parts Supply, the Left-Hander Chassis Group, including SynMax Performance Lubricants, we want to thank you for our time today. Should you desire to purchase these products, get a hold of us at www.synmaxoil.com. Call us here in the Chicagoland area at 815-389-9999. And if you have any technical question, send us an email at office@aeromotiveresearch.com. On behalf of Wayne Lensing, thank you for the time that we've spent together, and we will look forward to seeing you at our next presentation. Thank you and good day.